Right.
Here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Sutherland with the High Table. Get situated, brother. We need you here. I want to hear that knowledge, guy.
Okay. All right.
And this is season 2, the High Table. You can find us on YouTube, my channel, at the High Table, at the High Table with David Sutherland. New interviews, new season, new topics, new everything, and new interesting people. But I'm not going to say nothing right now. I'm going to let my main man, Jeff, introduce himself. We'll hop right on to it. Go ahead, my brother.
All right. It's an honor and a privilege to be sitting at the high table and being able to chop it up with one of my rivals here in Nashville high school
Right.
basketball,
Right.
White Creek Maplewood. We couldn't get those guys, but I'm Jeffrey Groves, Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised here. Lived in Baadoe, you know the deal.
Shout out to Baadoe.
And I matriculated at White Creek High School, and then after that, I went to the historical Fisk University, and I'm just a guy. My motto is I'm a kid from Baadoe who didn't take no for an answer.
Right.
You know, because there was a lot of doubters and there was a lot of unbelievers, because at the time I was like 4'3",
Okay.
and I grew to be 6'3", and I got an opportunity to play, and went on and played at Fisk, and
Yeah.
had a decent career.
Right.
I could have done a lot better, but you know, the brotherhood that I built and the foundation that I built by
Right.
being a student athlete there is still in place today.
Right.
So, but I really, I just want to throw condolences for Fisk University student athlete Andre Bell from Jackson, Tennessee. He was tragically killed Sunday night after volunteering at our women's gymnastics
Wow.
meet at the fairgrounds. I'm hurting, Nashville, because it was a young man that I was getting to know, and he too soon. But we can't question God and His decisions in anything that He says or does in our lives. But please keep the Fisk University family and his family, most importantly, in your prayers, because he was a stand-up young man. One of the coaches said, and he's just a sophomore, he's a young buck, and one of the coaches said that he was the light of the team.
Right.
So just to be an impact at such a young age is pretty phenomenal. So I just want to start off the high table interview with that. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, listen. Well, it is an epidemic these days with these young people and the violence.
Yeah.
And it having a son that's 23.
Right.
I'm
We
just
both.
yeah, terrified. But I pray that these lessons that I tried to teach and his mother as well, it resonates in that moment. You know, this kid at Fisk, he wasn't a hellraiser.
No.
Nothing he could have done would have warranted that. Nothing. And you and I have been trying to rack our brains as to how and why it can come up with anything. So we got to keep in the prayers, the Fisk family, his family in Jackson, Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah. And, hey, man, we got a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do.
You know. And so let's just kind of stay here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're on campus. We're going to talk about quite a few things, but you're on campus a lot.
Right.
Compared to when you was in college, let's talk about the disparity in mental fitness.
Yeah.
You know, the word has always been the kids are soft these days. We were tougher back in the day. Mm-hmm. Is that much truth to that, or do you see them kind of the same? Or tell me what you think about that.
Okay. I think there is some truth to that. You know, thick skin. We had to have this thick skin. You know, when you're getting Kenny Ball backing in with that big old butt, and you get Henderson Kelly that, that a dunk on you like Shaq.
Right.
You had to be tough. And y'all team, damn, where do I start?
Yeah.
You was a young buck on
Yeah,
those
I
teams.
was.
And so the mental part of it, and I had done that's interesting you ask about that. I wrote a curriculum about the mental part of student athletes, and just talking about the mental part of the game, and that our young men play like they have it's mental.
Right, absolutely.
And when they go against the teams like a Duke or whatever, they can't, the pressure.
Right.
It really gets them. And so I wrote some stuff and dialogue about that so comparing and contrasting to our time, you have, when I speak to the team, I tell them, I say, hey man, when I was a student athlete here, those windows in the gym, they were broken out.
Right.
I said in January when we came back from winter break, it was snowing.
Right.
And there was snow in the gym. And we had to wear our hoodies and sweatpants to practice with no heaters. I said, y'all have it a lot better than we do. And I think that they are starting to get it about having tough skin,
right?
But we had our professors, our teachers in high school, elementary, they had a vested interest in us.
Right.
So,
and I think we raise our kids a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel? I think we feel sorry for them for how our parents treated us in a sense, but it's par for the course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we was growing up, no meant no. Now it sort of means not right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so more friendly relationship between mother and father. The children and their parents as opposed to us. They didn't mind you being mad or upset. At some point you'll get over it because you're going to need us.
Right. Mm-hmm.
See, and so on campus, you're around the young people,
mm-hmm.
and you notice some not say this, I won't say soft, but just some disparity in mental toughness.
Yes.
How do they feel about it when you bring that up, when you challenge them? When you paint them in the corner and you need something back, are they willing to give it to you, mm-hmm. or just kind of fall by the wayside and say, "Hey, man, that's just how it is"?
I think the word is respect, because I walk those grounds.
Right.
And so when I come in there, it's a respect thing,
right?
And that's what was told to me today.
Right.
Is that those young men look up to you,
right.
and they respect.
Ain't that a good feeling, man?
But it's God.
Right.
Because, I don't do anything without his guidance.
Right.
And it is a great feeling, man, because I do it for the right reasons. I don't want no accolades. I don't need no pats on the back.
Right.
I do it because there was somebody there who did that for me.
Right.
And his name was Coach McKinley Young.
Oh, man, great guy. And, amazing guy.
That was my coach. Father figure for a guy who didn't have a father figure.
Mm.
So I look like you had your dad.
Right.
Jimmy Wade, Mr. Wade.
That's right.
We had Mr. Bennett, Ray Bennett's dad.
That's right. That's right.
And so they took us guys, and I spoke on that a lot. They took us guys who fathers, not because my dad couldn't be there. It was just because there were circumstances that kept him from being there. And but Mr. Wade, Mr. Bennett, so forth and so on.
Right.
They put and wrapped their arms around us. And
right.
They chewed us out when we did not do good, and they praised us when we did do good.
And that is a lost art, I think. I think it is done, obviously. There are father figures out here.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of times men don't get a chance to talk about the other side. Two sides of a story.
Yeah.
Why relationships work and why they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we just say, it's okay. I don't need to advocate for myself. Right. But we need to advocate ourselves because it's not as bad as we have been portrayed. Mm-hmm. Not across the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some guys have been dogmatic their whole life. Some guys may have had a season of just bad behavior, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's not the whole story. And we need to get in the habit of telling the story. Even once the children get grown, they need to know that daddy and mama really wasn't that bad. It was just a season that they were in.
Amen.
It didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the kids, and I can't wait for my son. He's 23. He's not mature enough yet.
Yeah.
I need to wait a few more years to really not tell his mother, but hey, man, listen. It's two sides, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I love your mother. I still love her. She's good people. Amazing mother. Mm-hmm. However, we didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so
that's that part.
Because of that, even to this day, our relationship is just not like how I wanted.
Yeah.
Not how I envisioned it.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would try to, my friends would say, man, listen, he ain't gonna call you, he ain't gonna do this. And he didn't. And I always thought, it has to be different than that. I gotta fight that narrative.
Yeah.
I can't rest just on that. And so he went down that road of just checking in when he want to. And I had to pull back. Yeah. It's just like we trying to get with a woman. You know, you chase a little bit, then you pull up, and that's whatever happened just happened. And so I'm in that phase now.
Wow. If I can speak on
Oh, you can, man. Speak to it.
It's similar to my situation with my ex-wife and my son in particular. You know, I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And even with her and her husband, when everything went down, I had to go back to both of them and apologize for some things that I said.
Right.
That even though they were growing, there's some things you shouldn't speak up on.
I agree.
With your young folks. And so I had to go back and repent and just really be humble.
Right.
And our relationship took off.
Right.
And so the thing with my son, because Jeffrey, I call him Young Lion, he and your son are the same age, 23.
Right.
And even when I went to visit him for Christmas in Chattanooga, where he lives now,
right,
he's like, Dad, I need to talk to you about some stuff.
Okay.
From the past.
Wow.
And so I said, go for it, son.
Yeah.
And we had dialogue. And I had to be humble and hear how it affected him.
He deserves to deserves to be heard.
Yeah. And so I've given him and my daughter that platform.
Right.
And our relationships are tremendous.
Wow.
But it's only by the grace of God. I'm never going to take props for anything. It's like I've been studying John. And John talked about the one who was coming after him. And it was Jesus.
Okay.
And so, and so I always I've learned to look at my life like that since I've been studying it. Hey, I'm following behind Jesus.
Right.
And I'm not perfect, but there are some things that could change that I can benefit from. And that's because I love my children.
Right, absolutely.
And to build that rapport with them and like you, me and my ex, we have, we don't argue and cuss and fuss, but I keep my distance.
Yeah, right.
But I respect her, and we're starting to be more, because here's the deal, Dave. One day, God's willing, our young folks are going to have children.
Right.
And she and I talked about that. She's like, do we want to be at each other's throat and the grandkids come along?
Wow.
Let's fix this.
Right.
So
time, brother.
Yeah.
Time heals everything, but you have to be mature enough to handle when it changes.
Got to get in that word.
Yeah.
word, church.
Yeah.
That word is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to get in that word, because that word is just going to convict you and cut you, and get you on the straight and narrow. And I even went to church with her at her church during Christmas.
Wow.
She invited me. I went, and the pastor, he said, "Are you a minister?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm just a man of God." And he was like, "Man, you got an anointing over you." He said, "I see it." And I've been told that a lot in my life. And she takes me back when I told her, she said, "Stop running."
Right.
She said, you've been told that.
Countless times.
Yeah. And, but, you know, and it was awesome to worship with her. And my son was there and everything. So we're trying to, like I said, build a foundation of peace.
Right.
And I think that's important because we're not getting no older, no younger.
True.
And peace is a very important part of my life.
Right.
And I live for peace. And I think it's important that we show our young folks, even though they're grown, how peace looks.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah. And it's okay to be humble.
Yeah.
It's okay to be transparent. Mm-hmm. But I think it's phases today.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, you're hurt, mm-hmm. you're embarrassed for divorce, mm-hmm. you're angry, and then you try to reconcile. Then right. You get pie in your face, and you may be throwing the pie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't ready to reconcile. Mm-hmm. And so now it's a roller coaster. You then get to the phase of your life where, hold up, I can't be telling people to pray to God mm-hmm. and to be peaceful.
Right.
And I got rumblings within me.
Toxicity.
Preach. And so now I found myself, I've been married twice. Okay. And so me and my second wife, we've become pretty good friends. Mm-hmm. It's taken about 8 years. Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Math is bad. About 8 years. Mm-hmm. And so we had a come to Jesus about 4 months ago after all this time. Mm-hmm. She had reached out, just out of the blue. And I had some stuff I needed to say after 8 years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And got on the phone and ripped into it. but it was necessary because I had never said that. You think you said everything to the woman you're married to. Right. You probably haven't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so she's like, David, I didn't know that. I know I made you feel that way. And we've been friends.
Right.
Not dating again, nothing like that.
No.
But it's cool to hear from her, and she feels the same way.
Yeah, and you know what's that's awesome because I was married to her for 26 years.
Right.
And
y'all got his story.
No doubt. And dated her for 4.
Okay.
So that's 30-something years with one person.
Yeah.
And you know, so when the separation and going our separate ways of, you know, came about, I was like, okay, there's only 2 ways you can handle this. You can go be like these folks on the news and lose your damn mind, or you can put your trust and faith in God,
right,
and pull your bootstraps up and get yourself back together.
Right.
And I chose the second.
Wow.
You know, so it's life lessons. And
okay. I'm
in a better place than I was 4 years ago.
Right.
And I'm grateful for that. And man, so you opening up, is, you know, that's cool. You know, that because we, you know, I tell folks all the time, I say, man, I look at things from a barbershop perspective.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, the old heads, they talked about how many women they talking to, they doing this and doing this and all that.
Right.
But they, you know, they really didn't say, hey, you're going to get older.
Never talk about it.
There's going to be something wrong with your body that you think you're the man and you ain't going to be the man.
That's right.
It's called ED. It's called ED.
Preach.
and I talked about that with young men. I'm like, hey, y'all think y'all Superman, you're going to be Superman all your life. I said that. I thought I wore a cape, you know, but life changes things, you know.
Right.
And I'm a transition into health.
Okay. I
had congested heart failure 7 years ago, and I ain't supposed to even be sitting here in front of you.
Right.
But God, He changed. I mean, I was in ICU twice for a month.
Wow.
A month, and I was in Vanderbilt, June 6th, in a room by myself.
Wow.
And I felt this hand on my heart. It was heavy. And I got my phone, and I put in my notes, and I said, the hand of God was on me today. I felt it. Mm. And I started getting better. And I got the pictures and everything because I'm writing a book called the tornado inside of me.
Yeah.
Because there are 5 types of tornadoes, and the F5 is the most dangerous one. So
Category 5.
Yeah. So I had a Category 5 situation twice.
Wow.
And so I got the pictures with me with the tubes and walking with to learn how to walk.
Yeah.
But I give all the praise and glory to God, and I'm still here. But you know, we as former athletes, we think we're invincible.
Right.
You know, but my mama told me, all the time, she said, boy, you better stop trying to get out there and play ball. You ain't no spring chicken no more.
Right, right.
You know, I'm still thinking I can shoot and all that stuff. But
well, you never lose your eye.
Yeah.
You can shoot forever.
Yeah.
Get up and down at 94 feet is
it's
a
a totally different story.
Yeah.
But, you know, he put his hands on me, and the doctors, I never forget it. She's a Caucasian doctor, beautiful doctor. She knew her stuff.
Right.
And she came to the bedside, and she had all these students and all these other doctors, and she kept looking at the monitor. She kept looking at me. She kept looking at the monitor, and she kept looking at me. She was speechless. And she finally said, Mr. Groves, your numbers are supposed to go down. They're not supposed to be going up, and you're not supposed to be doing what you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing.
Right.
And I'm laying in the bed saying, you don't know my God.
Right.
You don't know my God. And she just was dumbfounded. And all them doctors, because they looked at the chart and everything. I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Right.
And so I learned to take life for what it's worth, and understood that I had a purpose.
Right.
Because I was still here.
Right.
And I'm still here, so I still have a purpose, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, man. And then I bled. I don't mind sharing this.
Oh no, speak to it, because I stole the similar, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I lost 6 pints of blood, and they had to do an infusion. That was my second ICU situation, and I blacked out. I could hear my ex-wife yelling, screaming to the doctors. When I came through, they said I had choked out the nurse. They said she was a young Caucasian nurse, and I have to this day.
Wow.
I have no recollection, and I apologized to that woman, and I said, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
I promise you I didn't do it on purpose. She was shaking, and it scared the hell out of her. And it scared me. Now, dealing with the heart failure and stuff, you know, that blood situation, that was the scary one, because it was internal and I couldn't see it.
Right.
You know, I couldn't feel it unless, you know, you try to, you know, you pass gas and blood's coming out your ear.
Oh, wow.
You know, that kind of stuff. And not to be graphic.
Oh, you fine. Man, you fine, bro.
But, you know, to overcome that, that's when I decided that I was going to start doing things for the young folks at Fisk. And I started my journey there and giving back to the university and giving back to the men's basketball program. Right. And so that's how my mentoring program and everything got started. This is year 3.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to connect with Dre.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing, man. It's a true blessing to have former athletes at the university come and mentor the current players. Right. You know, it's a phenomenal system that we have in place, and I'm grateful to be the one who has it.
Right.
And the relationship I have with the athletic program is incredible. But and like I tell them, I say, hey, y'all, I believe in order, but I also believe in respecting the people in place.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's about. You know, not trying to run. Yeah, I'm a Fisk guy. I'm running this. Nah.
It ain't like that.
It's people in place
that
you need to talk to and get the okay.
Right.
Because I can't do that at Duke.
Right. No, absolutely. No, you sure can't.
I can't do that in North Carolina. So have them for the ADs wouldn't even communicate back with me.
Right. So let me ask you this. So you go through this situation 7-8 years ago.
And 2017.
2017. What was your perspective once you fought through that? You had your situation. You had the 2 situations in the hospital for a month.
Yeah.
You get the okay to go home. You leave the hospital. What was your mindset then? Was it to hit the ground running? You had this spiritual awakening. God put His hand on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Fact.
You could feel it. No, I 110% believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to wait to get healthy, to get going, or were you just like stuff just started coming and you feel creative and you ready to go? Let's speak to that.
My homeboy. Because when we would talk, I would always say, man, I got these dreams. And people don't know it, but they call me Senor.
Okay.
That's my nickname up on campus.
The old ways never go away from you, but they always do.
You know, so my mama told me before she died, she said, I don't know what they call you, but I know they call you Senor Groves at Fisk.
Yeah, that's right.
And so to speak on that, I had a vision to put things in order. I always, because I had jobs there where I was a dean of students, basketball coach. I had 2 nonprofits, this and that, writing books, so forth and so on, publishing. I'm a published author and all that.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I done made money for a lot of people.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do something that's for yourself.
Right.
And so the vision of creating the Bulldogs Connect program came into fruition.
Right.
And I got to give props to Kenny Anderson because I presented it to Kenny, and Kenny was like, hey, man, go for it.
Right.
You know, he said, we need your presence here.
Right.
And so Kenny gave me an outlet, and I thank God for that. And so that's how it started.
Right.
You know, so it was a vision, not a dream.
Right.
You know, and now I say things like, because if you look at the word, they use dream, but Jesus gave visions.
Got it.
So
if
I'm following Him, I'm a visionary like Him.
Right.
No doubt.
So did this spark your spiritual journey? Or how were you prior to your health issue? Were you researching the Word, or did you feel like you needed to get deeper because He brought you from a near-death experience?
I was in the Word every day.
Okay.
Every day, even before that.
Right.
But it took it to another level.
Absolutely. Yeah,
it went to another level.
Speak to that.
And what I mean by that is that my body or the spirit will wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day, still to this day.
You don't need no alarm clock.
No alarm clock. I don't set no clocks. And I say, okay, God, this is our time. And I have scriptures, and I pray, I cry, I laugh.
Right.
I thank Him.
Wow.
So it was always in place, but it took it to another level when I realized that I'm a blessing, and it's a blessing to still be here.
Right.
And I said, okay, God, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm going to do everything to strive to be that perfect person for you each day. And I'm going to treat people the way you want me to treat them. And And so it was a lot of forgiveness that I had to
Right.
overcome, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, it's important. I call myself. I was watching a minister, and he said, when God wakes you up in the middle of the morning, He's calling you to be His watchman. And I said, okay, I'm a watchman.
Right.
And so every morning I say, God, thank you for waking me up and being your watchman.
Mm.
And we have a scripture time. I read, I pray, like I
Right.
said. So that's a very integral part. Even when I go out of town,
Yeah.
in a hotel,
You just pop up.
I it's just clockwork,
Right.
and that's my time. And I think that's important for each and every last one of us to have that time, not reading the scripture and running out the door.
Right.
Reading the script, but having some time set aside for you and God, because that's y'all's time.
Right.
And you hear people talk about that, but it's about holding yourself accountable to it. You know, I ain't got nothing against people reading the scripture and then they got to get out.
Right.
I mean, but on the fly. But I'm saying,
More times than not,
right?
you should have time to yourself.
Yes.
And God speaks in the Bible about time to yourself, the Sermon on the Mount, things like that, where the relationship. He speaks of having a relationship.
Right.
And so you have a relationship when you put time into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had a situation in 2020, 2022. 2020, I had my left hip, had a hip replacement.
Okay.
2000, it went off without a hitch. 2022, had my second one done.
Mm.
Okay, arthritis, it's just a little bit of arthritis. I said, you know what? I know what it is.
Right.
Let's go ahead and get on top of it, right? Well, I go to the hospital December 4th, 2022, which is a Friday. It's a 24-hour surgery. Normally, you go the next day, you're out.
Yeah.
Have the surgery, no big deal. The doctor is late getting there. He said, you know what? Just stay another day just to make sure everything's fine.
Correct.
This is Saturday,
Yeah.
the 5th.
Yeah, you don't leave on the weekend.
Right, exactly. So I'm there. He doesn't show up. So I said, you know what? He comes late. He said, David, stay one more day. No, nothing's wrong. You leave on Sunday. Bam. I'm leaving noontime, right? I call the nurse and say, hey, can you take me to the bathroom because I get tired of using the urine.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, let me go. She said, David, give me a couple minutes. I'm with somebody. I said, cool. Me being the ego athlete,
Yeah.
I'm going to go right now. Forget her.
That's good.
I get up out the bed with my walker, go to the restroom, Jeff. Next thing you know, I have bubbles of white sweat on me. Not regular sweat,
Right.
but bubbles. Something going on here. Use the bathroom. I kind of stumble back, make my way out of the bathroom. She comes in.
Wow.
As I'm coming out, she's coming in. David, everybody know my name. I'm talking. I've been there 72 hours.
Yeah.
David, what's going on? I'm pale.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. A blood clot had formed and was going towards my lungs. Right? She sat me down, man. Just like you got pictures of you hooked up. I had pictures of me hooked up.
Right.
Unbeknownst to me, the blood clot was leaving my hip, making its way up to my lungs and to my heart.
Yep.
And my heart was trying to fight it off, which
Right.
gave the characteristics of a heart attack.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, my frat brother, my six, he's up there. The doctor comes that afternoon and said, David, you would have died had you been home, had how you normally would go home.
Right.
Because what do we do when we don't feel good? We lay down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was a very, very humbling experience. And so that kind of started my trajectory of just being transparent.
Yeah.
More understanding. It's not about me.
Right.
I did kind of reach out to some people, very apologetic, but it was an awakening for me to want to share my story of some of the things I've been through and no longer ashamed of them.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to share something.
Yeah, talk to me.
2018, my daughter is graduating summa cum laude from Loyola Marymount in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Her and her husband were both summa cum laude students.
Wow. By the way, the great Hank Gatherers.
Oh man,
That's a whole other story.
I went in that gym and had
No, you
goosebumps.
did. Could you feel them?
I felt it.
Oh man.
It was incredible. All the banners and stuff.
Yeah.
I was, man. My daughter, I used to say, I told my kids, my job is to embarrass y'all.
That's what it is.
That's just the truth.
Yeah.
And, I told her, I said, I'm a pitcher because it was a pristine campus.
Yeah.
When I say pristine,
It's LA, bro.
And they have this area that they call the Bluffs.
Okay.
And it's on the hill. You can see the city of Los Angeles from the Bluffs.
Wow.
In West LA. They're located in West LA.
Wow.
And so at her graduation,
Okay.
the president of the university is like, turn your tassel and all this stuff. Mind you, over here to my left is Kenny Smith and his family.
No.
Because his daughter was graduating in my daughter's class.
Okay.
2 rows behind me is Eddie Murphy and his family.
What?
Because his daughters was graduating in the same class with my daughter.
That's so LA.
And Eddie was there. He turned around and said, "What's up, man?" And I could do a Rasputia. And my sister. And they was like, "Do Rasputia. He might give you a role in the movie." And I said, "Nah, man, I don't want him cussing me out." I'm sorry. I didn't want him to cuss me out. But I could do it pretty good. And I said, "Hey, man, you mind if I take a picture?" And he stood there and he posed.
Wow.
And then my daughter was friends with Clint Eastwood's daughter. They was in the same graduating class. And so when she was a freshman, we walked around their campus on Family Day. And I told her, I said, "You belong here." I told her, I said, "You belong here because God sent you here."
Right. From
Minnesota to LA.
These kids be traveling, man.
Yeah. And
the boss I went to was Chattanooga.
And so graduation.
Yeah.
Tassel turn. I look down, and I don't know if you're familiar with a PICC line.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a machine in a pouch for your heart.
Okay.
And it's a line that they put in your wrist. It goes all the way through your arm to your heart to pump that fluid in the bag in that machine.
Right.
Some kind of way. Well, I knew how it happened at the hotel. The line got caught on the door when we was leaving to go to the school. I ain't paying no attention to it because we was trying to get there.
Right.
And when I looked down, as soon as he told me to turn their tassel, they was graduates, and we was clapping, I looked down, and there's a puddle of that liquid stuff on the ground. And I looked down, and I'm like, damn. This stuff is coming out of me.
Yeah.
So my ex-wife and my son and her father-in-law, I said, y'all go. They had already left to go meet and greet my son-in-law and my daughter. And I was coming to say, meet them up. And I called her and I said, "Hey, I got to get to the hospital ASAP."
Yeah.
And I went, they had firemen and everything on campus.
Yeah.
So I went to a fireman and I said, "Hey man, I have a PICC line and it's out. And I need to go to the hospital." And they rushed me to the hospital and they said that the doctors had left for the day and they weren't coming back until Monday.
This is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday graduation.
Wow.
And so my ex-wife checked me out. And she drove an hour to Reagan in West Reagan, UCLA.
Yeah.
So we get to Reagan, UCLA hospital, and it's like it's a hit or miss. It was like the doctors are here, but they already booked for the day. So it's one of them wait and see kind of situations.
Right.
So I was praying. It's a black guy, young black brother, doctor, and a white lady, and a young white nurse, doctor as well. And they said, "Well, Miss Grove, we're gonna fit you in." And they got me in and put me under.
Yeah.
And they said, "We're gonna do it the old school way." They said, "We ain't gonna leave it and all that. See, we're gonna sew it in, so it has no way of coming out."
Right.
And they did that. They did it, and I got pictures when they was taking it out. I got pictures of.
Wow.
And so, 2 years ago, I go see my daughter every year, and I went back to that spot.
Yeah.
Where they put me on that gurney, and I stood there with my arms raised.
Wow.
I walked there.
Yeah.
I walked to that spot, and I thank God.
Right.
And I said, "Lord, thank you for keeping me here to be able to bring closure to this situation." And it was pretty amazing because, again, I wasn't supposed to be here.
Wow.
and I was able, through the grace of God, be able to go back to that spot, walk to that spot on that university, and stand in that spot and not be on a gurney.
Wow.
Being loaded onto an ambulance. So that's just the power of God, man.
And I see where that has led you to search out God even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This life is so final. It's a finality.
Mm-hmm.
It's not infinite.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I find myself willing to reconcile, but also loving people from a distance.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I think you gotta have both of them a little
It's
bit.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love you,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't have you in my space. I'm still gonna pray for you
Yep.
and everything.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And so let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Because we don't went a good left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think I needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about your influences in Baadoe.
Word.
Okay. You coming up, sports is your thing.
Mm-hmm.
What gravitated you towards basketball? 'Cause that's how you and I met.
Yeah.
At Hartman Park.
Mm-hmm.
On a hot day, had to be on a Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
could be even a Saturday.
Yeah.
What was it about basketball that kind of make you want to go to high school and play, and also college?
Well, my best sport is baseball.
Okay, really? What position?
I play all outfielder,
Yeah,
pitch, catch.
everything.
Yeah. And but I was too little.
I didn't know that.
And then my second one was football.
Okay.
I could throw a football, a tight spiral, 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
And I could catch anything.
Yeah.
And then basketball, because that's what, I grew up with my uncles. And they would go up to Baadoe Elementary and play outside, get into the tumble and rumbles with the old school guys at the court. And leave my uncle alone, and I'm the little bitty dude.
Yeah.
And I had to get the scraps.
Yeah.
Because the ball ain't
coming.
and I wasn't leaping to get it.
Yeah.
And so I fell in love with the game, and my uncle them used to call me Goose Givens.
Okay.
From Kentucky.
Yeah.
And,
great player.
And he was left-handed. And I used to study. It's three people. It's a couple of people I studied tremendously for. Sidney Crowder.
The great Sidney Crowder.
Bobby Harris. Dale Ellis.
Okay.
And Ronaldo Blackman.
That is a foursome right there.
I used to study those guys. Sid didn't even know. I mean, I would tell Craig all the time, hey, man, your brother can shoot, man. I love his form.
Yeah.
Bobby Harris, similar kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's starting for Family Side Jammer at White Creek.
That's right.
And he was the shooter on the team.
That's right.
The marksman.
That's right.
And Dale Ellis, I just love the way he played at UT.
Undersized.
Yeah. And,
Power forward and went to the league.
Yeah.
Who knew he could shoot?
Yeah.
And that came out of nowhere.
And Bernardo Blackman. And then the other one, second time around when I played at Fisk, I got number 45, so I called myself the baby rifleman, Chuck Person.
Okay. Yeah.
But I initially went in wearing number 30 because of Kenny the Jet Smith.
Wow.
And I told Kenny that when I met him in L.A. At the graduation ceremony for all the black students they had. And I said, hey, man, you mind if I still got that picture? I said, man, I wore number 30 because of you. You were cold.
I bet that shocked him.
Yeah, but that love for it, and then I got cut for years, Dave. 2 at Ewing Park, and 2 at White Creek. Well, I couldn't play.
Right.
But Carl, I was
loaded.
Yeah, I was saying how to Carl at the time, a little shorter. And Carl was a hell of a point guard.
He was.
Hell of a point guard. Excuse me for cursing.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
But Carl was the man. Carl could run that show. And then I looked at Stewart and Mice and McKivens and Hooks. Them niggas like grown men.
Too big, too strong to be that young. You know what I'm saying?
And then Coach Pounds was a heck of a coach. He had a system that was impeccable.
That's right.
And so me and Duke was like, dang, now Duke was probably going to make it before me because he was a lot more aggressive at the time than I was. But no, man, there was a pecking order, man. And I tried every year. And you know how I used to go look in the principal's office in the door frame and see if your name on that sheet of paper. I'm like, well, I guess I got to go work some more. And that's what I would do. And then I got the honor. I think we had Michelle on here. Michelle Gordon.
Yes.
And I think she was kin to old Bruce.
Yep.
Bruce was my coach in junior high and junior pro. Him, Lil Wayne, and Carter. And they would come and get me for Baadoe. Yeah. Because we practiced up at up at Cumberland School.
Cumberland School, yeah.
And we played for the Y, Northwest Y. And Bruce was our coach. Man, he was so cool. And Bruce used to stay on me all the time. And he'd tell me to shoot. And one day I came into Cumberland for practice. And he pulled me to this. I was walking in, he said, Minifield. What's up, Minifield?
Uh-oh.
I'm like, I'm Jeff. No, Minifield. He said, you Dirk Minifield from now on. He said, you remind me of Dirk Minifield. And it's stuck. And Carter, Lil Wayne, and all of them called me Minifield.
Yeah.
Leon Hall.
Yeah.
So that's when the legend was starting to be born.
Out of Kentucky, point guard for Kentucky.
Yeah. And I couldn't jump like Dirk, but he said I had a game like him. And and old Bruce, he'd take us to Crystals. He said, y'all eating horse meat. In that country point. But he was so cool, man. And I respected that man. He put a fire under my ass that I had never had put under.
Right.
And he made me believe that I could play basketball.
Right.
Bruce.
It's something about a mentor really taking his time to point to you. Now remember, this is when coaches could really coach you. Mm-hmm. And the moment you said looking in the window for your spot on the team, it immediately brought back anxiety because that's what Coach really did for us. Even though Mike started, Tim Seabury, Tim Burke, Jim Polite, Tim Brown, McKibben. All these cats played, but he had such. We were so afraid of him, not like a fear, but we just wanted to impress him so bad that he could put the names on the wall, man, and we would never know until that Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I tell you the story all the time, but Eddie wanted to play.
Yeah.
Eddie was not a bad player.
No.
Okay.
Him or Booker.
Right. But to get a uniform, Coach really would tell Eddie, hey, you buy me a cookie and some tea, I give you a uniform. So Eddie would go and buy. He'd go buy him. Man, Coach really was a mess, man.
Yeah.
And so Eddie really didn't want to play.
Right.
But he wanted to be the one to bring the ball out.
Yeah.
In the layup line and throw it up against the backboard.
That's love.
He did it better than anybody.
Right.
He looked forward to it.
Yeah.
And we see him styling, smacking the board. Oh, we got action.
You got hype.
Yeah, we got action, guys. So everybody had a role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And someone told me years later, they was like, man, if Coach really had known that Roger Bird Hayes was your cousin, he said he would have tried to get you to come to Maplewood. Because he's like, he loved my cousin.
Yeah.
And Bird was all NIL.
Yeah.
Junior was good, but playing in White Creek, it changed my life.
Yeah.
On the real, man. It did. It gave me a vision that there's a chance.
Speak about that. Speak about White Creek and your experiences.
It was loaded, man. It was a great school to go to. We weren't as bougie as people thought we were around the city.
Right.
It was just we had teachers who had a vested interest in us as students first. And they came from the class of the old Pearl High School. A lot of our teachers did. The Mrs. Keynes, Coach Wright, and, Coach Jackson, Cameron Haynes. We got Coach Nolan. We got the experience. Miss Watson, rest in peace to both of them. They were great teachers. And so we got a chance to be taught by some of the best of the best. And that's real. That's real.
You talk about a vested interest. Back in those days, parents either went to, that it wasn't from Nashville. My parents wasn't from Nashville. They was from Cleveland and Memphis.
Right.
They went to Cameron, Haynes, Pearl, and maybe, no. It was either Cameron, Pearl. There was another school did the Haynes, Cameron, and Pearl.
That was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And so the educational system brought up these teachers that knew our parents.
Yes.
So it was nothing. I tell my son about this, man. You were lucky.
Yeah.
It was nothing. I could get a whooping by anybody in the neighborhood, brother.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all good because they had a vested interest. They worked together, post office, went to the service together, went to church together, on the PTA together, did everything. They may not know your parents directly, but they knew somebody that knew them, and they connected the dots.
Yeah, and you didn't want that call to be made.
No, you didn't.
You didn't. And Miss Watson, Janet Watson, she was my teacher. And her and my mama graduated from high school together.
Okay, what school?
Pearl.
1966,
the great 1966 class. Mr. Wallace and those cats. And Miss Frazier. But I used to like to shoot spitball.
Uh-oh.
All the time. Get a kick out of it, shoot it in people's hair.
Mischievous.
Yeah. Pretty much. Me, Carl Holder, and Myron, rest in peace, Tiller. We used to cut up in Miss Taylor class at UM Park. And so Miss Watson was our teacher at Cumberland. And she was my teacher, homeroom teacher and everything. And Mama be like, I'm going to tell Janet to give you a pattern. She said she ain't gonna do it because you the teacher's pet.
Oh, wow.
She said, but if I see Janet, I'm gonna tell her she need to, because you shooting them nasty spitballs in people's hair and the girls' hair, and they hitting their head and stuff.
Yeah.
She said, that's nasty, son. I said, Mom, but Miss Watson never paddled me
Right.
for doing that. And my mama always felt like I was being favoritism. Yeah, but great teacher, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
That's when you admired the beauty of your teachers. You didn't try to holler at them or nothing like that, but you admired their beauty and their intelligence, and they let it be known to you. You're a child to me.
That's right.
You're not on my level as a man or whatever.
That's right.
You're a child,
That's right.
and that was where it was.
In those days, we had a minimal amount of fights.
Mm-hmm.
No guns.
Oh no.
More fair ones.
Yeah.
At 3:00, let the chips fall where they may.
Right.
And that's it.
No doubt.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so you win, you lose, but people saw you had courage.
Right.
No big deal.
Right.
There's no shame in losing a man to man. It's just there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In that era, you had a common denominator with the green gray book.
Mm-hmm.
That book, whatever you made on the test, that went into the gray book.
No doubt.
Else were red. If you got a 17, 53, 85, that's the averages.
Mm-hmm.
The system, and has changed because kids can't pass these tests.
No.
They can't pass if you don't automatically have a 50 starting out.
Yeah.
If I had a 50 starting out, my grades would have been way better.
No doubt.
Way better.
No
you
doubt.
mean I can do this and get them? I'm halfway there. I can get 30 points to get an 80?
Right.
85?
Right. and that's true, man. And being in education for so long, we dropped the ball. The system was I tell people, when White Creek was open, they put us all the way out there near Georgia.
Yep.
And statistics. I'm a psychology major, so I took statistics. And it talked about the barcode and all that other kind of stuff.
Right.
Systematically, we weren't supposed to perform the way we performed educationally wise. It was systematically set up for us to design for us to fail, just like any and everything that goes on even to this day.
Right.
So, but we broke that bell curve, and we sent people to college. I mean, we sent people to trade school. We sent people to jobs, military, so forth and so on. Because, like I said, it goes back to that vested interest in wanting not only to bring praise to your family, but to your teachers as well.
Right.
I mean, I had a guy, brilliant geography guy, Nashville history teacher, Mr. Angel. And he did my reference for Fisk. White man. Got caught out in Cedar Hill. Doing what he gonna do on his off time.
What's his name?
John Angel.
John Angel.
But he was incredible as a teacher.
Was he a wrestling coach at Young Paul?
No, that was no.
I think it was Hamburg.
Yeah, he was just a great history teacher.
Got it. Okay.
And he taught Nashville history and all kinds of other diamond histories. But he got caught out there, And the guys gave me flack. Chris Windows and them. Oh man, Mr. Angel got caught in Cedar Hill. I said, man, I can't do nothing about what that man does on his own.
That's right. That's on him, bro.
But I know one damn thing. He was a hell of a teacher.
Right.
And I respected him enough to have a reference from him.
Right. Absolutely.
And he wrote a hell of a reference from me.
Right.
And but it's people like that, man. Even they leave a mark on you, from a teacher's perspective. You know, not what he did outside of the classroom again.
Right.
It was what he did in the classroom that made an impact on me as a student, as a young black male, from a guy who was white and nerd and looked like he was a nerd out of the TV shows.
Right.
You know, but he knew his stuff. And, you know, it's so important, man. You know, I work with young people a lot. Trust is a big thing.
Right.
And it's the uncommon denominator now.
Okay.
In working with young people.
Right.
Is building that trust. Now, I'm not saying you got to have trust off the rip.
No.
But it's like pulling teeth now to get them to feel comfortable and not be weirded out by you.
Right.
You know.
What's that adage? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
No doubt. No doubt.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that because of transparency, because of what we've been through, it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Just today, I'm in the school system today. And so I had a kid, just loud in the room.
Yeah.
I'm the sub, but he just loud.
Yeah.
So I pulled him, I said, come here, guy.
Yeah,
a white kid, about 6 foot, come here. I said, dude, you got to be able to understand the temperature of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody in here yelling except for you.
Right.
I'm the sub.
Mm-hmm.
It's a free day.
Right.
But I can't have you disrupt it.
Yeah.
I said, take a look around. Is anybody loud? He said, no.
Right.
So why you gotta be loud?
True.
I said, this lesson is gonna take you from here to the rest of your life.
Right.
Whatever room you go into,
Mm-hmm.
check the temperature. If everybody loud, then you blend on in.
Right.
But if they not, that means you gotta be quiet. I'm not saying don't talk.
No.
That ain't what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But come on, bro. Don't do me like that on the sub day. Don't do me like that, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do me like that.
That's real, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I had the pleasure and honor of teaching in a Midwestern state.
Wow.
In Minnesota. I was a dean of students for 9 years, basketball coach for the same amount of time. I taught and coached guys who won state championships. This will be the 10-year anniversary of the 2016 North High School team.
Wow.
That won the state championship. And I work with those guys and taught those guys. And the great Larry McKenzie. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's in the Hall of Fame up there. He's won like 7 or 8 state championships.
Wow.
Black man. Noob.
Okay. Shout out to the Noob. They're cool. They're
yeah. And but incredible person. Teacher.
Right.
Coach. Coach McKenzie. Incredible. Much respect. And he gave me the opportunity to work with his team. And when they won the state championship, he came to me and he said, Mr. Jeffrey, because up there they called me Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And he said, Jeffrey, I want you to represent the community at our championship banquet. And I want you to speak. And then I was blown away.
Right.
I said, wow, man, I'm a kid from Nashville.
Right.
From Baadoe.
Right.
You know. And he gave me that opportunity. And I was blessed I still have my state championship ring.
Yeah. What year was that?
2016.
Hey, wow.
Taylor Johnson, wide receiver for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And for the Patriots. For the Jets now.
Yeah.
I got a picture of him in the state championship game, dunking on this dude. Phenomenal.
Football players are superhuman athletes.
Yeah. He was the quarterback.
See.
They had not recruited a kid from North Minneapolis in decades. And he went to the University of Minnesota. They didn't let him play quarterback.
Right.
But they switched him to wide receiver. And he became all Big Ten.
How tall is he? 6'2", 3 maybe? Yeah. See, them dudes.
And, man.
They different, guy.
Man.
They different.
And they just had a loaded team. That team was loaded. of athletes.
Have you seen a D1 player?
Yeah.
They different.
Yeah.
They walk different.
Yeah.
They run different. Their bodies are different.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could play until I started trying to play pro.
Mm.
It's just a different work ethic, a different athleticism.
Yeah.
You got guys that are 6'6" doing what a 6'2" guy do.
Right.
So when I see a small guy getting jiggy with it, he's special.
Yeah, he is.
Kyrie, AI,
Yeah.
guys like that, Steph.
No doubt.
Because to be guarded by a guy 6'6", you can't see the rim. Like these dudes are extra long arms.
Right.
Their waist is way up here. They got long legs,
Yeah.
and so it just shows you how special they are.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop right here, guy.
Yeah.
Because I want round two, guy. I want round two, guy. You
Okay.
because a lot of stuff. I want to pick your brain about.
Okay.
I don't want to do it right now.
I got you, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it'd be an honor.
But what I want you to do is give a parting shot to the people here. I'm giving you the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you need to say, and then we'll end it there. This is Jeff Groves, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. First of all, again, thanks to Sud for giving me the opportunity to be on his high table. Follow him on all the platforms, and he's doing a phenomenal job. And I have always admired this young man from afar. My cousin Dale Babb used to talk about him all the time.
He's coming on here too.
Yeah, hey, Sud, cuz David Sutter, and I saw what he was talking about. But outside of that, he's just a great person, and you don't get a chance to and come on the path for good people, and that's what Dave is. But first of all, I want to again give him a shout out to the Fisk family, and Andre Bell and his family, and his teammates and his coaches. They're going through it, but it's been an honor and a privilege to sit before you and be at your high table. And I didn't fall out of my chair once.
It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff Groves, Baadoe finest right here.
Yeah.
Went to Minneapolis and put it down the southern way.
Mm-hmm.
Got a high school championship. He was at the snow. They got real snow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no look. They got ice trucks and soft trucks, and the city don't stop. You talk about ice down here, but Home Depot is sold out, guy.
Man.
Trying to get shovels and stuff like that. But again, thanks. I want to thank Jeff Groves for coming here. We're going to have round two very soon. And again, the high table, this interview and other interviews will be on my YouTube channel at The High Table with David Sutter. And tune in. Y'all have a good one, people. Bye-bye.
One love. Man.